Hello guys, and welcome back to another reading vlog. This time I'm in Bangkok and I didn't check the public holiday schedule, so I plan to be in the office today for the full day and to really maximize it. So I wanted to leave Singapore on the first flight out. So my flight was at 7:10 a.m. which was really rough. I had to wake up at 5. So I left the house by 5:30. I got to the airport by 5:45 somehow because I think the driver I had was insane. He was speeding on the expressway. And then I just waited from 6 to 7 because Changi... Ooh, look how pretty these flowers are. Anyway, Changi is extremely efficient, so then I just had an hour with nothing to do. Anyway, then when I was trying to schedule meetings last week, they were like, Monday's a public holiday. So it's Coronation Day. So I flew all the way here really early for no reason. But I just worked from a coffee shop for about 4 hours or 2 hours. When did I arrive? I arrived at 9, and then you gain an hour because of the time difference. So now it's 1 p.m. and I'm gonna go check into the hotel. So taking the BTS or SkyTrain was a little bit trickier than I thought, just because I assumed they would have integrated touch to go, what's it called, pay to tap, tap to pay, for international Visa and MasterCards, but they have not, which props to them for not giving a portion of their profit over to the card networks. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I had to pay cash, which I was very confused by. I just kept trying to tap my credit card everywhere, and then the train teller was like, no, you can't do that. And I thought they meant to go over to the ticket machine to tap, but no, nowhere on SkyTrain can you pay with credit card. So I had to withdraw cash from the ATM because I left my Thai baht in Singapore this trip. So anyway, once I finally figured it out, I took the SkyTrain to my hotel. I did a lot more work, and then I finally took a break and checked out the pool. And then I ordered crab fried rice with morning glory to the room for dinner because my friend recommended it, and I should have gone taken a walk and gone outside, but I was just so tired from waking up so early. The next clips you'll see are me taking the SkyTrain again for all my work meetings and going to the office, which is in a cool part of Bangkok. I mean, it's just the downtown business area, but the malls here are huge and really beautiful, and there's so many foreigners walking around, lots of tourists. So always a reminder that, yeah, tons of tourists do come to Bangkok compared to some of the other markets that I cover. And then just more work, and then we'll see what I do for dinner tonight. But I'm already going back to Singapore tomorrow. Okay, let me just close out the Bangkok reading vlog. I ended up having dinner at the Grand Hyatt Erewhon, just a little happy hour nibbles because one of my colleagues has access to the lounge there. That hotel is so beautiful. It has the prettiest lobby, especially as you're walking into the hotel from the public transportation. It's just so pretty. I wanted to talk a little bit about my reading for the week. So this week I read Intermezzo. I'm still not done with it, but I started it just on a whim. I had been getting a little bit, I don't know if this is a crazy thing to say, but Sally Rooney was starting to feel stale to me, especially the most recent book I read of hers, Hello Beautiful World or something like that. It just felt like super self-aware, and it just feels like Sally Rooney is just like moralizing through her characters, like they're just mouthpieces for her critiques of capitalism and colonialism. And she's always been really good at drawing characters and having it be character driven, but then it just felt like a bit like much. But I'm so glad that I picked up Intermezzo because I love it, and I feel like it's my favorite Sally Rooney yet. Just the characters are so intriguing and really, really, really deep. Like, they're just really well thought out. We're following a pair of brothers. So Peter, who's in a weird like situationship with a younger woman, but also wants to be with the love of his life, who's had an accident that kind of forced her to want to break up with him. And then his brother Ivan, who is also in an age gap relationship with a woman much older than him called Margaret. And just the way Sally Rooney talks about the relationship and really like shows how complex love can be, especially familial love, especially between brothers who themselves have maybe like a 10 or 12 year age gap, and that complicated relationship of like brother versus parent. It's just like Sally Rooney at her best. So I'll probably do a more in-depth video about it, but those are my thoughts so far. I still have maybe a quarter left or like a fifth left to read, so it'll be really interesting to see how she wraps things up. But I'm filming this from Lake Toba, so keep an eye out for an upcoming reading vlog. Lake Toba is in northern Sumatra, Indonesia, and I'm actually here on holiday, not for work, which is amazing. But as per usual, thank you so much for watching. I'm shocked if you got this far. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.